What up, everybody? Man, it's been a minute, man. Then 300 back another video. If you're liking these videos, man, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, man. Appreciate the views, support, and everything, But anyways, this video, I'm gonna try to make it not too long, but you've seen videos like this. Everyone does this, like when they get their cars. But I'm gonna be talking about the things that I don't like about my car, the STS, Cadillac STS. Now I'm not doing like a top 10 or anything because I don't really have a number of things. I just have a bunch of things, and there's a lot of things. Obviously, most of it is just minor stuff, but like still, kind of annoying. But anyways, without further ado, number one thing I don't like about this car, is the kind of like some ergonomic stuff, and really it's the steering wheel and the dead pedal. Now for whatever reason this car doesn't have, so you guys like in cars that I've driven in the past, the steering will have like grooves where you can, like, your finger can stay in, so that way it doesn't like slide, but like you can kind of sit it back, it's like everything is just flat, so like you don't really have a tight grip on the steering wheel, you know what I mean? So that's one of the, it's kind of like a minor thing, but something that I've been used to. Like when I got in the car, I was like, damn, like this, it's not. Now I know, you can get a steering wheel cover to, cover it, but like, my car also has a heated steering wheel, and if I put a cover on it, I'm gonna lose that feature. So, but I mean, it's fine. It works, but just one thing that I didn't like. Oh, and I got a list also, so I don't forget anything. And the second thing with that is the dead pedal. For whatever reason, I put a clip. It's not like full. The dead pedal is kind of like so like a dead pedal, most cars like a full thing where you like your whole full rest on it. But like with this car, it's just half of it. So like the bottom part of it is kind of like dead pedal, and then the top part is just nothing. So when you put your foot on it, the top part of your feet just kind of like is hanging up there. And this is actually an issue for me when I drive, an hour plus. Like my foot actually gets numb, just because it's not comfortable. So I have to like keep moving it and then put it back there, stuff like that. That's really annoying. And being that's a Cadillac, and Cadillac's about comfort and all that, I'm surprised it couldn't. It seems like a minor thing. I don't know what you were thinking, but anyways, that's the first one. Second thing I don't like is the all-wheel drive system. Now my car is also an all-wheel drive, if you guys don't know. And the downside, what I don't like about it is it's kind of like a simple, which kind of good thing. It's a simple all-wheel drive, being that there's no computers or anything controlling it, so it's always on all the time. Even like right now, it's summertime, it's like 80 degrees outside, so obviously you don't need all-wheel drive now, to save gas. So most cars like the 300, they would usually switch when it's like warm. It will switch to rear-wheel drive, so that way you can save some gas, and the all-wheel drive is not just working all the time. But this car, all-wheel drive is on all the time. You can't. There's no computer like that can shut it off and stuff like that and activate it when it gets a certain temperature. It's always on, which obviously you're gonna use more gas. So it's kind of thing I don't like about it. I kind of wish it could shut off sometimes, but it's not a big deal. Yeah, that's the second thing. Third thing I don't like is with the cruise control. Now my car has an adaptive cruise. You can it's called radar cruise, but it's pretty much adaptive cruise. Pretty much what it is, if you haven't heard about it, it's like a cruise control, but and also like with just holding your speed, it will also like maintain your distance, so you can set the gap with the it has a gap button on the steering wheel. Let me see if I can show you that real quick. Since buttons here, car's off, so but like pretty much you can, so it would like maintain the distance between your car. Sorry about my camera shut off. But anyways, it will maintain the distance between your car and the car in front of you, so which is kind of cool. The bad thing about it, sometimes I've noticed when I'm driving, because so the way it does that is a radar that's mounted in the front of the grill, and that's what senses the distance and stuff like that. And sometimes that radar will get dirty, and then when you saw, let's say for example, what happened, I was driving, and then the radar got dirty, and then on the dash it will flash, it will flash, it's kind of scary, like it will beep you like ding, 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 and it will tell you clean radar. And when it says that, the cruise control shuts off, and once that happens, you don't have cruise control anymore. So the only way for you to get cruise control back is for you to go outside, stop the car, park it, wipe the radar stuff down, and before you can actually get cruise control. Like, it doesn't switch to like a regular cruise control without the following capabilities, which is really dumb and annoying. I've been on like drive to like, thank you. Uh, anyways, I've gone on long drives, and I've been driving like, and then it just shuts up. It just clean radar shows up, and I don't have cruise control anymore. It's really annoying. I don't know why it doesn't just switch to regular cruise without the distance, because I don't really care for. I just, cruise control is nice, but really annoying thing. I don't know about the newer cars if they do it like that. I feel like they should. But anyways, I'm not gonna blabber about that too much. Next thing I like is the screen. It has a navigation screen, and the main issue with that is that it just really not doesn't get really bright. And I have it on the, especially like when it's like nice and sunny today, like I have it on the max brightness setting, and like it barely gets, like you can't really see it, so that's kind of annoying. At night, obviously at night it gets bright enough you can see it well, but like during the daytime when it's very sunny, it could be hard to see on the screen. Next thing I want to talk about is now this one's probably due to the age, but like there's kind of like some rattles and stuff, like the sound system in this car, right? They have the subs mounted like in the on the door, and the reason why I don't like that is when you listen to certain songs and the bass drops, like the door will actually rattle. You can hear it rattle. It's really annoying. I mean, it hasn't happened recently. I don't know why, but oh shit. But yeah, it hasn't happened recently, but it's something that does happen sometimes, especially when listening to Sirius XM. The door just rattles and stuff like that. Like, it's not loose. I can't hear anything loose. It's actually the passenger door that's the main thing, but I guess it's just being old age and stuff like that, which is fine. The next one, this one is stupid annoying. So this car, for whatever reason, so how most cars, when you have like a radar, cruise control, what I remember, like a radar, like a radar detector, to see if cops are trying to nail you down or something, and you plug in a cigarette lighter and then you shut the car off, and everything goes up. For some reason in this car, when you do that, it still supplies power to the power outlet. So whatever you have plugged in to the cigarette lighter, to the power outlets, will still still be running even after you shut the car off and you've left the car and you locked it and everything, which is really annoying, because obviously the big issue with that is that if you have something plugged in like a radar detector and you don't unplug it, it could you could risk killing your battery, and then when you come to start it, your battery's there, you can't start it. So it's very annoying. I have a Bluetooth thing plugged in here. This Bluetooth thing, because this car doesn't have Bluetooth. It has Bluetooth for calls, but not Bluetooth for audio. So I got this little thing that I used to stream music. I plug it to my house, and every time I get in the car, if I want to use it, I have to plug it in, and then when I leave my car, I have to remember to take it out just so it doesn't kill my battery, which is kind of annoying. I'm not really used to that. All my cars, like my 300 in the past, you could actually go in the setting and choose how long you want those things powering on after you shut the car off and stuff like that. But this car, it doesn't give you an option. It's just on all the time. So the next thing I don't like about this car, this is actually kind of more of a big deal for me. This is something that if I knew about this, I might not have gone this car. I don't want to say I regret it, but there's a little bit of regret, and that problem is just there's no aftermarket parts for this car. Like, there's no people don't, like, when I mean aftermarket, but I'm talking like mods, like things like cold air intake, cams, tunes, exhaust, stuff like that. Like, there's literally nothing for this. Not even a cold air intake is like every car guy, when you get a car, the basic mod is like cold air intake and like an exhaust, but like I couldn't even find a cold air intake. That's how crazy it is, like there's nothing on there. Apparently people aren't really modding the cars, so it kind of sucks. Like, that's why there's not a lot I can do to it when you can't even buy anything to do to it anyways to begin with. So it's it's kind of weird, you know, because I thought, you know, it's an American V8, you know, there'll be, you know, parts, you know, some kind of mods, but like there's nothing, absolutely nothing. You know, you can't get long tube headers, you can't get catless mid pipes, because I wanted to delete the cats, you know, that was one of the things I was gonna do, but like there's no catless mid pipes or anything. So, the next thing is the I'm not gonna rant about it, but the glove box or whatever is so, the glove box is so tiny. I don't know why you can barely put anything in there. I just have my code reader and stuff in there. It's like it's so tiny you can't, you know, it's, you know what, I'm not gonna talk about it. Anyways, the next thing I don't like about it is the so this car has a feature where like if you're outside the car and the windows are rolled down, you can hold the key fob. If you hold the lock button, it actually rolls all the windows back up. Or for whatever reason, if you hold the unlock button, it doesn't roll the window down, which is kind of like, you know, I don't know why. Like they'll do the roll up, or why won't they just do the roll down? You know, because I feel like during the hot days like this, I'd rather want to roll my windows down when I walk into the car, so that way it can cool off a little bit inside. But that's something I know they could have easily implemented, but they just chose not to do it. But it's cool, it's whatever. Yeah, that's the next thing I don't like about it is something that I'm still kind of getting used to, is the blind spot. It has this huge pillars in the back. Yeah, it could be hard to see, you know, sometimes especially when I'm trying to go to the, you know, like merge to the right or something, like I just turn on my tungsten and I just slide over and hopefully no one's there, you know. But yeah, it's another thing that I forgot to add, but this car also has a manual mode where you like slide to the right and you can manually shift, but it's useless. It's so freaking slow. When you actually push it up for its option, it's so slow that yeah, it's pointless. Don't even bother using it. And this car is one of those cars like when you put in manual mode, for most cars, if you get up close to like the red line or stuff, it would actually shift for you regardless if it's a manual mode or not. But this car would not. It would not shift for you. So you can actually run it all the way up there and, like, you know, make the engine work so hard, you know what I'm saying? You know, because the car takes so long to shift, which is so freaking annoying. So I never use that mode. I doubt anyone uses it anyway. So, but like, yeah, just one more thing there, you know, just keep in mind now. The next thing I don't like is this car has zero torque. When I mean zero torque, this car, like this see, I'm used to, you know, like I said, obviously I had a Hemi before. I had a 300 Hemi 5.7, and it was a, you know, simple push rod Hemi V8, you know, American style, you know. And that car I believe it had 340 horsepower and like 390 torque, like 400 pound-feet of torque. Like that's a lot. So like this car, the torque is, I believe the torque number is like 310, something like that. Like I don't know, it's just so low. I'm so used to having so much torque, and like this car has no torque pretty much. And the car is also heavy, you know, like this car is actually pretty heavy. Like it's actually heavier than the 300, which is kind of crazy to me. I guess because of the all-wheel drive or whatever. So it's a heavy car. It doesn't really have that much power, that much torque. You know, it's not slow, but it's slow. It's slow. Yeah, the car's slow, but you know, hey, you didn't buy this car to race anyway, so I'm not mad about that. But so obviously the car is a big, heavy car, and like, you know, it's you know, it moves, but you know, yeah. I don't want to piss anyone off. So anyway, but yeah, it's, you know, it's just heavy and stuff like that. So yeah, it's fine. It's alright. It gets the job done. The next thing is so this car also has next thing I don't like is this car has ventilated seats, you know, which I thought were cool. So apparently ventilated seats and cool seats are two different things. And the ventilated seat, pretty much all it does, there's like a fan below the seat cushion, and like it sucks in air or receptors air on. I don't really know how it works, but pretty much if it's hot inside the car, it's pretty much useless. The only way it works is like if you turn on the AC, and the AC, you know, blows cool air around, and it takes that cool air and like circulates it through the seat. So for you to actually make that work, you know, your AC has to be on for it to be effective, you know, which I didn't know. But no big deal, it's whatever. And the last two things, the VR, the voice control, voice recognition, trash.
Pardon? Pardon?
turn on the climate.
Command not recognized.
I'm never gonna. Yeah, and the navigation it works, but it's so freaky for whatever reason they decided to use some kind of weird icons for it, and it's so hard to use. It's so complicated. Like, I can only imagine how people used this back then when it came out. You know, not even talking about now. You know, because now, you know, people getting caught like, oh, so much complicated. Like, this thing is so complicated to use. I was only able to use it like a couple times, and I don't even try to use it anymore. It's so complicated and it's hard to use, and yeah, trash. Anyway, that's the video, man. I hope you guys like it. I also do things that I like, or maybe I already did it. I don't know. We'll see. But you know, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. I will catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for it.